Hey everybody. Oh man, all right. So the last time I was on here, I said, okay, I'm gearing up for my 8 mile run. And I went on the treadmill. Yeah, it was a crazy day that day. And I remember it was like raining cats and dogs. Well, not raining cats and dogs, but it started raining at the park. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just go back home because I can't. I was having flashbacks of when I did the half marathon and it was like raining crazy hard that day. And I was just like, you know what? I can't. I know I should, just to kind of prepare me for any kind of event, whether it's hot, sunny, cold, raining. You should technically train, but I was just not feeling it that day. So I came home and I said, all right, I'm just going to just get it done on the treadmill and call it a day. Well, I got on the treadmill and yeah, I got to about mile 3 and I started like slowing down and I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And sure enough, at 3.5 miles, I was like, I'm done. I was just so tired. It wasn't a lazy tired. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I don't feel like doing this today. It was like really, something was wrong tired. I mean, girls, that time of the month, you really get drained. I could feel my iron levels, plummeting. So, and it's funny because I went to the doctor the other day and he was like, yeah, your blood pressure is a little low. And I was just like, okay. So anyway, I just listened to my body that day and I said, you know what? I'll just do it another time. So this morning I got up, it's a day later. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drop those kids off and I'm just gonna get it in. I'm just gonna really get it in. Actually, no, I was supposed to run that 8 mile run on Saturday. So I didn't do anything yesterday either. So I was kind of lazy yesterday. I probably should have, but with the kids around and so much stuff going on, I was just like, you know what? I'll put it off until Monday. So this morning, I was just like, all right, let me get everything out of the way, drop the kids off. And the first thing I did when I got home, I ran, which probably was a mistake. I mean, I should have probably eaten breakfast, but I had something. I think I had a few pretzels. I know that's not the greatest. Before you run, you should, even if it's a banana or something like that, you should have something light in your stomach so it can sustain you. But this morning I drank, I drank an entire bottle of water, not the 16 ounce, but the bigger one. I guess that'll be like times 2 or 3. Yeah, I just drank a, large bottle of water about this big, not the regular 16 ounce. I think it's a 32 ounce, whatever. So I drank a lot of water, probably an equivalent of maybe 3 glasses or something like that, or 4. And just to make sure I was hydrated. And I just had just a few pretzels and stuff. I know that's not the greatest, but whatever. I got on and I was just like, let me do this now because then if I eat, I'm going to have to then wait an hour for my body to digest so I won't get any cramping. And I was just like, all right, let me just do this. So the first few miles was rough. Like the other day, I was like, how am I going to get through this? I can't. In my head, I'm like, I can't. But then after mile 3, I started to feel the adrenaline. I started to feel, a boost of energy. And I was just like, okay, I could do this. By the time I got to mile 4, I was just like, okay, yes, I'm feeling good. And the great thing about this, and, I've learned a lot of lessons from previous, marathons, whether it was a 10K run or the half marathon that I did, that, pacing yourself is so important. And one thing I didn't do before was, do any hills or inclines while I was training, but I focused a little bit on that. So by the time I got to like mile 4, mile 5, I spent like a couple minutes just running, on an incline and just sped things up, tracked my pace. And mind you, I'm not looking to break a record or anything like that. Well, I'm looking to break my own personal record, but I'm not looking to go down in the history books or anything like that. But when I did my 10K, I think I probably did, oh my gosh, I got it in, which at 10K is a little over 6 miles. And I made it in 1:20. Yeah. Back then, that was a huge achievement because, I was about a year postpartum. I felt like my uterus was falling out, literally, not to be too graphic, but I had gone through a lot of, discomfort and whatnot. And I remember going to the doctor and him saying, just listen to your body, whatever you can handle, handle it. Whatever you can't, don't push yourself. But I've heard of women running through their pregnancy 9 months in, and they're like running a full marathon. That's not me. And even postpartum, they're still running. That's not me, because my body, I felt like, even to this day, I feel like, oh, I'm feeling childbirth pains. It's crazy. So I did the 10K back then in an hour and 20, and I did my 8-mile run this morning in less than that. So it was probably about 70, I tracked it, 77:20. So it was about maybe a little over an hour and 17 minutes, which is fantastic considering, a couple of years ago, I could, barely do the you have to be small and thin to run a marathon. They perform better. Oh, they do? Child, I don't think so. Let me tell you, when I ran that marathon, the half marathon last year, there were people that looked like twice my size. There were even people who were like twice my age, short, tall, like they were just blowing by me. So I think, to be honest, I think it's all about training. And you're right, when you're lighter, I mean, you're lighter on your feet, possibly, maybe I could see, scientifically that working out. But I think when it comes down to it, it's all about training, and making sure that you're eating right, making sure you're training often, and you're pushing yourself, but you're not overdoing it. So, but that's interesting, because, I know a lot of people agree with that. Oh, you got to be really tiny and thin. I look at all these marathon runners breaking all these records. They're from all over the country, all over the world, and they're like a twig. So, but truth be told, like, I am, I don't think I'm that thin, and I don't think I'm that like big or tall or whatever. I think I'm somewhere in the middle. And last year I did it in a little over, I think it was like 220 or something. Like 20 always sticks out, I don't know why. So I just want to do better. I'm not trying to break any records, but I just want to do better than I did previous years. And this morning I felt great about it, because even though I felt like crap over the weekend, I was just like, ugh. And I mean, normally, don't get me wrong, if it was the day of the race, I would just have to fight through it. But since I didn't have to fight through it, I was just like, you know what, let me just do it when I'm willing and able to, and see how it goes. And, I did it this morning, and I feel great. You may still see me kind of sweaty a little bit. I'm kind of glistening, and that's because of, I just ran not too long ago. I mean, I took a shower and everything, but after you shower, it's still kind of, your pores are open, and stuff, you're perspiring, stuff is getting out, but you know how that goes. So I feel good. I feel great about it. And I don't know if you guys have ever ran a marathon or a half marathon, or did any race or any kind of fitness routine or whatever, because I'm interested in knowing how you did it and how you train, especially if you are a woman if you've just had a baby, or if you're pregnant, how you're able to run through the pregnancy and postpartum, because like I said, there's still some like, I can feel, a little thing here, and I'm just like, ugh. And then, again, getting it checked out, everything is fine. But, I know it's just like, I call it the aftershocks. You think that your body recuperates, 6 to 8 weeks, but not everybody. So, I'm taking my vitamins and just keeping track of everything, and I feel good. And I'm probably going to crash later on. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight, but I feel great. I run. Oh, you run Stockholm, but I didn't finish and haven't tried. Why didn't you finish? Why? What happened? Did you get tired? I don't know. It's just fighting through. It's just so tough. It's just so tough. But I feel like the first few miles are always so hard for me. But once I get into that groove, like 4 miles, I start feeling better. And then I feel like I'm coasting. By mile 5, 6, I'm coasting. and then I can get through all the other miles. And then I hit a rough patch last year, even when I was training up to the half marathon. I hit a rough patch at around, I think, mile 9 or 10ish. But then I had a sudden burst when I knew it was almost over. I was like, bump that, I'm out. Like, I'm out. And I try to speed up a little bit, at times. And then it was too warm. Oh my gosh, you had no energy left. You know what I've done that has helped? I mean, I ran in the rain last year, and that, even though I felt like it slowed me down because I didn't want to fall, and there were like puddles and slippery spots. You could feel the oils from like the pavement kind of come to the surface in the beginning, and it was like kind of like slippery. I felt like the rain did cool me down, but when I did the 10K, it was warm. It was warm. And what I did, I took the water, because they have water on the trail, and I just dumped it over my I just dumped it over my head. I'm not a woman, but I've trained 50 miles for about a year and did several 10Ks. Wow, that is crazy. Oh my gosh, how did you pace yourself? My goodness, that must have been like really, really tough. Yeah, I bless you. I hope to get there though. I hope to get to a full marathon one day. I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it definitely. I just want to get through this race, and then I'm gonna see how I feel. Maybe next year, maybe I'll do the half again, or maybe I'll do the full. And then once I do the full marathon in this area, I'll probably try for the New York City. I know some people travel. I know there are a couple races, like there's one in Bermuda. There is one, of course, the Boston Marathon. And then they have all over the place. Upstate, the 5 boroughs, they have something going on there in New York. But I'm just going to take it one step at a time. I don't want to run before I walk. Right now I'm crawling. I'm working on walking. And then, I'll see what happens. So, yeah. But that's my day. So now I'm actually going to have my oatmeal now. As you can see, I ran my last half marathon and thought to myself, who? Somebody said that. This guy was just like, oh, why are you torturing yourself? And it's like, no, you feel good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Running is very hard on your body, your joints. But I don't know. It's like, just like that, you have these daredevils and they want to jump out of buildings and bungee jump and all that stuff. I don't know. I get a thrill out of like running. I feel good afterwards. I feel energized. I feel healthier. I get to eat a little bit more of, indulge a little bit more. I have more guilty days and feel okay about it, because normally if I'm not training, I really do like to watch what I eat, because it not only does it show up on the scale, and not that I check my weight every day, but it's how I feel, and I feel kind of like way down and just blah. So like today I'm having a power food. Normally I have oatmeal before I run. But today I'm kind of working backwards, and then I'll probably have a nice big lunch and something smaller for dinner, and then see how that goes. And tomorrow is a rest day. I'm just gonna take it easy tomorrow. Maybe I'll do some Zumba with my daughter, or better yet, I probably won't do anything because we have a long day. Got to work and head into the city for a little bit, so we'll be doing a lot of walking anyway, so we'll be working out. And then Wednesday, I'll probably try and get in, maybe 4 miles or something, and see how that goes. But one thing's for sure, when you have a busy schedule, it's super, super hard. And that's like my next hurdle to climb over, is working through a busy schedule. But I can do it. I'm excited. I'm going to see what happens. And like that. All right, guys. Thanks so much and thanks for chiming in. I appreciate these comments. You don't understand. Very helpful and insightful and fun. All right. So I will see you in the next video. All right. Bye, guys. And be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and share your marathon stories. All right. Bye.